Well, no, I do decorative things too. You know, there's certain level that I'll say, okay, um, here's a situation where it's taste. You like chocolate, I like vanilla. One is any better than the other. But I can tell you that if I'm working on a concert hall, for instance, I don't start off with a chandelier that I can use anywhere. I see what's different about this. And one project, the fact that the hall is defined by the columns of the hall in Ottawa, we picked that, and the ceiling is defined by these concentric catwalks. So we express that. So so I try to build around what's unique about the place, and you know, it may well be that there's nothing unique and you just get the chandelier, or you inherit the chandelier, and so, okay, what do I do with this thing? And I'll find a way to use it. But I try to start with, well, like when we did, I think, I'm not sure, and I guess this is in the book, I can give you a reprint. There's an old railroad station that became a bank in Albany, and it was all run down, so they had to rebuild all the plaster and, you know, the moldings and coffers and stuff. And I want to light the coffer, so I start with what I feel the scale should be, and then we create the chandelier from that. I don't, you know, I'm now taking parts from chandeliers of that period and rearranging it to be the scale I want to be in the center of this room. And so I am doing it when I put sconces on the columns. That's decorative. But in fact, one of the examples I give to students, one of my former students and employees did building a gym at Harvard, and when I take people through there, he's got wall sconces, but they're on a blank wall. He's breaking up the wall. Opposite that are columns. If they were each on each column, then they'd be helping articulate the column. In fact, then when you're in the center space, you're not looking at it because it's the backside of the column. But I don't want to break up that wall. So I'm thinking decorative, but even decorative, I'm thinking ways of enhancing the architecture, the spatial organization, and incidentally it's decorative too. Can't afford Vanini glass, we find a way to do it with bare bulbs and reflecting off of balls, glass balls. Again, we got to go, for instance, in the green room at the National Arts Center in Ottawa. We just designed our hexagons. In fact, the whole ceiling system was my taking hexagons and working integrated lighting and loudspeakers with it. But in the green room, we had a hexagonal skylight going up the plaza. So I said, well, in daytime, the daylight's coming through the air. I think if we just, we have strings of glass beads for the daylight, and then at night, you know, the light source behind that would pick up the same glass beads. In fact, and then I went to sent one of my staff to the store and bought some cheap necklaces, and we made a model of this thing. And then I found some of the right graduated balls that are so big to small balls. I found some from Japan, some faceted balls, and proposed that. But then they got Sweden to donate it, so we got glass made by our force. But so anyway, it starts with the big concept, the architectural concept, then to find a way to, you know, to execute it. There's one building in Cleveland, that was a high-rise building, and I proposed a chandelier made a little model, and Gropius was the architect, and I showed it to him. I said, well, you should hire someone to do something like this. He said, well, I like that. You do it. You're the sculptor. So we just had it built, you know. From my model's about this big.